So the 49ers are expected to express interest, in free agent cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Um, Obviously, Stephon Gilmore, former New England Patriot, was traded during this past season to the Carolina Panthers for a sixth round pick. I was pretty pissed off, finding out that he was traded for a sixth round pick. The 49ers could have easily, picked up Stephon Gilmore for a sixth round pick. But either way, it seemingly looks like he's not going to be returning to the Carolina Panthers. He's expected to explore free agency, and the 49ers could definitely be suitors, and they are expected to kick the tires on him and pursue him. So, look, Stephon Gilmore, top 5 cornerback in the league when he's healthy. He has been injury prone over the last couple seasons, which is, a red flag. But look, if the 49ers can get him on a 2-year, $23, $24, $25 million deal, I think that's a win for them. Obviously, the 49ers, one of their biggest offseason needs is a cornerback. Aside from, interior offensive linemen. Emmanuel Mosley, great corner, right? We have to have somebody to play opposite of him. Right now, it's been Ambry Thomas and Josh Norman and Dante Johnson. Josh Norman should not return. I don't think he will return to the 49ers. If that guy, wasn't getting burnt, he was either getting holding calls or pass interference calls. So Josh Norman should not be back. That's bottom line. Now, when Josh Norman was benched, midway through the season, the 49ers turned to rookie cornerback Ambry Thomas out of Michigan that they selected, and I believe the 6th round of the 2021 NFL Draft. And I liked Ambry Thomas. I liked him much better than, Josh Norman. He was more physical, I felt like. He played on the ball more than Josh Norman did. And I think with Ambry Thomas, that is a player that could be very good in the NFL. As long as he continues to develop, I think that, Ambry Thomas could definitely be a guy that the 49ers keep long-term and, develop. So I like Ambry Thomas, but, obviously we can't settle with Ambry Thomas. He's a rookie corner. He's going to be good, but he's got to get there. And aside from all interior offensive linemen, like I told you guys, the 49ers have to get a cornerback. If they're not going to get one in free agency, they better use every single draft pick they have on a corner, because the 49ers are never really known to having good corners, never really known to have, a top 10, top 5 cornerback. And with Stephon Gilmore being a free agent, this offseason, Carolina paid him, the remaining 1 year, $5.8 million that he had on his contract from the New England Patriots. He's expected not to return and to explore his options in free agency. And the 49ers are expected to pursue him and have interest. And I'm here for it. Look, Stephon Gilmore could be a guy that the 49ers could bring in on a 2-year, 3-year deal, pay him, maybe a little bit over $10 million per season. And, obviously the fit's there. Stephon Gilmore would fit perfectly in this defense. And like I said, the 49ers have to get somebody to play aside from Emmanuel Mosley. And I think Stephon Gilmore, top 5 corner in the league when he's healthy, could absolutely be an option for the 49ers. And, they are expected to be interested as they should. So, look, Stephon Gilmore, he's been pretty injury-prone over the past couple seasons. The 49ers have a history of signing injury-prone players. Back in 2018, during the offseason, they picked up Quan Alexander on, I believe it was like a four-year deal worth, I know it was worth over $50 million. It may have been even in the 60s. We all know what happened with Quan Alexander. Could never stay healthy, suffered a torn pec the year he went to the Super Bowl. And he did come back and play the NFC Championship in the Super Bowl, but he was well overpaid. Same with D Ford. D Ford's another example. The 49ers bring him in on a 5-year, $80+ million deal. And after they traded for him, the 49ers did trade for D Ford. I believe they gave up a second-round pick for D Ford and then, signed him to a massive contract. and D Ford's not played a full season yet. So, look, Stephon Gilmore, I think if as long as he can stay healthy, and obviously that's a big if, and we'll never know. But the 49ers absolutely should pursue him as heavy as possible and try to get him in, to play opposite of Emmanuel Moseley. And not only is he going to be good for this team, but he's going to be good for guys like Emmanuel Moseley, like Ambry Thomas, those young corners the 49ers have. He'll be good in developing them, those guys. Kind of like how Richard Sherman did. He helped develop Emmanuel Moseley. So, yeah, I mean, Stephon Gilmore, veteran guy, still, playing at a high level. I believe he's 30. He may be 31. But the 49ers should absolutely kick the tires, and they are expected to. So, Stephon Gilmore will explore free agency, see what's out there, but the 49ers absolutely should throw him an offer. If they don't, I mean, maybe they're going to go after J.C. Jackson from the New England Patriots. That's another guy that, is expected to explore free agency, considering the Patriots, seemingly it's not looking like New England's going to be paying him what he wants. And but here's the thing, with J.C. Jackson, he's probably going to want a bigger contract, right? The 49ers don't have that much money in cap right now. I believe they're looking at like roughly 19-20 million in cap. And J.C. Jackson, signing him to a deal, worth over $30-40 million, that's going to take a hit to the cap. So I think Stephon Gilmore makes the most sense. He's a veteran player, still playing at a high level, top 5 corner. It's one of the biggest 49ers offseason needs, aside from interior offensive linemen, and I think it makes the most sense. So I'm all here for it. I think the 49ers should absolutely kick the tires and pursue him as heavily as they can. But, we'll never know. Every time it seems like there's a star corner out there or a star player, the 49ers never kick the tires on them. But considering the 49ers are in a little bit of the cornerback dilemma, not quarterback, corner, I do think Stephon Gilmore is absolutely a player, that the 49ers would pursue. Fits in the system well. He can teach those young corners and those young defensive backs we have on the team. And I think the fit's perfect. And obviously that would boost our secondary massively. And, Stephon Gilmore is also a game-changing player. Top 5 corner in the league. A lockdown defender. That's exactly who the 49ers need. And, they're expected to kick the tires on him and pursue him. So we'll see what happens. But absolutely, they should at least offer him a $2-3 million deal. Or 2 to 3 year deal. Maybe pay him a little bit over $10 million per season. But yeah, expected to be interested in him. Absolutely should be. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. With the 49ers expected to be interested in Stephon Gilmore during free agency. He's not expected to come back to Carolina. And if he's not going back to Carolina, why not travel cross coast and joint forces with the Super Bowl contender, the San Francisco 49ers? So it makes sense.